Hi, friends. Host Eric here. I was talking to five people. We're done eating dinner with Dad. He made us. It's like,
You seem to be happy.
oh yeah. Well, he's. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about it because it makes me feel guilty about how little he expects for how much he gives. Anyway, regardless, that makes me feel fi, and let's not go there. We don't want to go feelings our feelings. So, what we do want to display, though, what we do want to talk about is our successful accomplishment of double FI phase.
Mm-hmm.
Only people who operate in twos can accomplish double FI phase. You can't do it yourself. You have to have a second person.
No, and sometimes with the second person, you could have the same face and it's like the same expression.
Mm-hmm.
I love those kind of pictures. Right?
Yeah, that's cool when you get two people both going like,
huh? Oh, yeah. Or like, huh?
What facial expression is this? It's like, the fuck?
Mm-hmm. What'd you talk about, Willis?
Yeah, what you talking about, Willis, is an FI. We've identified a ninth emotion now. Because we had 8 emotions before, I believe I listed. We listed out 8 of them.
Okay, what was one of them?
One of them was, happy, sad, mad, scared.
Well, they had that, emotion wheel.
Yeah. Happy, mad,
sad.
Scared. Surprised was one of them.
Is loved?
I guess attachment would be a feeling.
Yeah, see, because they say tired is not a feeling.
Tired's a sensing feeling, SI feeling. That's why I say to you, right before bed, I said, I love you with my emotion feeling.
And it makes me remember that he has emotion feeling. Oh my gosh, there's so many of them.
They're different than regular feelings.
And you have them at once. Your FI, like my FI can roller coaster, right? Yours is, I'm mad today, roar. That's it. There's no flip-flopping with it. Like it's very childish.
I am so glad that Cloud has been able to benefit from the blessings of the spiritual luminary Teal Swan.
I am too.
It takes a special kind of person who doesn't think very much to get that kind of accomplishment. And Cloud, you are absolutely the perfect candidate for really benefiting from her.
Hey, philosophical thinker. And Winston's mom. So Winston's mom, you're able to use emojis? I can't tell you how many times I spilled water on my keyboard in college.
Because emojis use the mouse, not the keyboard.
Oh.
You just select them from the list,
Sorry, I didn't mean to make it more difficult for you to answer.
True.
Well, you know what, though?
I'm never going to get her. I'm not going to be able to understand where she's coming from because of her wrongness. She's going to continually prevent me from understanding her.
But yet, still,
we bought her card.
She's still in his life.
Yeah, she's here in spirit.
I paid money. I supported her.
Yeah, she supported Teal Swan.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why we have a little sliver of Teal Swan's spiritual luminariness here in this room. Cloud, do you have any piece of Teal Swan with stuff? Do you?
Here's one for you. Integrity.
What
Cloud. Number is that?
Integrity. Number 25.
Okay, and this is Teal Swan advice, guys. So you know it's real.
You carry her deep in your heart?
Integrity. If you have drawn this card upright, make the choice to honor your personal truth. Integrity makes you feel whole and unimpaired.
Honoring your personal truth is not how you attain integrity, Teal Swan. Teal wrong.
Shall I continue?
She's awful. No, I don't like her.
And we're back.
She
advocates suicide? I've never heard that.
World of Wanda, you're dying tonight? Are you dying?
In my arms?
In my arms? That's what I was going to ask too. Right. Ever since I realized it doesn't make sense to feel bad about something that you did that wasn't intentionally bad, I've forgotten why people say sorry when that time comes. She does? That's terrible.
Wait, ever since I realized it,
She's a cult leader?
bad about something.
I agree with you. She's a little culty.
Yeah. So I personally watched her stuff, and I only got good advice from one video. Like, there was only one video out of like the several. I mean, like, I probably watched like 20 something videos that she made 2 summers ago when I was really into spiritual stuff. And the only one that really hit home was this one about like people pleasing, where she basically said, like, if you try to please the other person, you're sacrificing a part of yourself, so you should not.
Well, it's such an FI bias, you know? I know she had a lot of crazy claims and stuff, but the thing is, she is a spiritual luminary, Broccoli Todd, okay? People have accused me of being a cult leader plenty of times.
Have they?
Yeah, in the past, I used to hear it a lot more. I haven't heard it in a while, but I used to hear it a lot. It was like, how the fuck are you defining cult leader? You know, what comprises a cult leader? I have an inner circle, too. It's called my girlfriend, Rachel.
Yeah. He's my inner circle, too. And we got PP as well, so that
And we
makes
got
it a
PP.
circle.
Yeah, that's a circle. And my dad, you know.
And your dad, yeah, round circle.
So, you know, it's like, it's ridiculous to think that I'm a cult leader, but people think that of me anyway. So I'm a little bit wary to throw the label onto her as well. But she does seem really culty.
I'm telling you, I was really going through a bad time, and again, like I said, I was going through a big spiritual phase, and I was in this relationship that just wasn't making sense, and I was looking for spiritual advice, and because he, at the time, like, me and my friends were talking about how it seems like a lot more people are open to like swinging and stuff. I don't know, whatever. And I just got no satisfaction from what Teal Swan said. For being a spiritual leader, just like Osho, like, they both like are like free to do who you want with what you want. And
it's just ESFP garbage. That notion. But Teal Swan's not an ESFP.
No.
I'm saying this notion that you need to be free to indulge what you feel like doing now all the time.
That was her claim.
Is bullshit. It's absolute bullshit.
Because she was saying that we love everyone in different ways, and that is true. Like, I love my mom, but I don't love my mom the way that I love Eric. It's like...
Broccoli Todd, you're right. She's ENFJ or ENTJ, and I agree with Cloud. She's ENTJ.
And according to this card, we're going to move forward.
We're moving forward from this topic. We're moving forward away from Teal Swan onto a different topic. And the new topic is the protests. These bullshit FI protests, right? As I said at dinner to Rachel and my dad, and I want to repeat it now, there is nothing to protest. Okay? You protest if the cop kills the guy and they don't do anything, right? They don't arrest the cop. They don't fire the cops. They don't charge him with murder. If they don't do that, that's what you're protesting. You're saying, I protest the fact that you're not doing anything. They did everything they're supposed to do. They fired the 4 cops right away, and they arrested one within a few days and charged him with murder. That's what they're supposed to do. There's nothing to protest. Tards. You know?
I don't know. But you hit the nail on the head when you said it's because people are bored. They're taking out their COVID angst on this. It's easy. It's an easy target.
Right. It's displaced COVID anger. Because there's no good narrative to explain how the whole who's to blame or what's to blame, what ideation. Once you identify the ideation that's to blame for a problem, then you can blame a person and people for it. Once you go, okay, these narratives are the problem. then you can point to people who are making those narratives and say, you're the problem because you're making these narratives.
I have a question. It's FI related, but it's not related to this.
Knock yourself out.
It seems like FI polar people are able to really tell when others are in a bad relationship. Like, it was always easy for like my ENTP friend to be like, they're in a bad relationship or that's a bad relationship. They also knew what like good relationships were too, but it doesn't seem to be a challenge for yourself.
Yeah, it's a challenge for me to know about myself.
Right.
But I can easily tell with other people. Like my friend Dave's in a good relationship. My friend Corey's in a relationship he should have gotten out of a long time ago, but probably at this point he should stay in it, I guess. You know?
Well,
but you know, it's like the only person I can really think of who's in a good relationship is my friend Dave, and I wouldn't want to be in that relationship. Yeah, it did kill that person. It didn't almost kill that person. It's not racial biases. Any talk about race is the problem here. It is always the same problem anytime an individual is killed illegally by somebody, namely murder or manslaughter or some variant of that thing, right? It's always the same problem. An individual's rights were violated by another individual.
Yeah.
When we care about stupid irrelevancies like what color they are, we create a problem where there is none. So, in fact, the problem is not racism. The problem is murder.
Yeah. Police aggression.
If in fact the cops are racist, it doesn't matter because if they never committed any crimes against people, then they can be as racist as they want. Racism is in itself not a problem. It's a problem when it leads to rights violations. You know?
Yeah.
The people who say Black Lives Matter, incredibly racist statement to say that these lives of a specific race matter is to say, in some fashion, they matter in a way that's different than other people's lives. And it's a bad statement to make. It's what inevitably happens when we believe in something make-believe like race. There is no meaningful distinction between races. There's more difference within a given race than among the various races. There's no way to draw any actual line around what comprises a race or not. You can't genetically test for it. You can say deal with ethnicities, but ethnicities, a lot of different ethnicities comprise a race, and where the edges of that, which ethnic, you know, if you ever read the 1920s definition of white person from the nobody's saying that it doesn't mean that Black Lives Matter too. What I'm saying is, why are you reducing them to a subset of human? If you're going to say Black Lives Matter, you're going to say, listen, we all know by default that white lives matter.
Right.
I want to remind you guys, hey, those people, their lives matter too. Those people aren't any different than you. Why are you drawing this arbitrary fucking distinction? No, I don't agree with that. I think that race is a notion of ontology. Like, one can ontologically self-adopt this label of a given race, or one can put it onto somebody else. There's two possible things you can do. If you self-adopt this notion of race, then you are FI relating to it. If you other confer this idea of race, then you are FE relating to it. Hi, Levi Samuels.
Hey.
I'll tell you what's up. Shockingly, much to my surprise and dismay, Cloud is being provocative. I thought he was done with that. Don't you remember me telling you last night, Rachel, how I was so sure that Cloud was all done being provocative?
Yes. Never be too sure when Cloud's done.
Everyone's a little bit groupist, is what it should say. The idea that racism is somehow a distinct and more significant form of groupism than any other kind of groupism is ridiculous and part of the problem. I didn't say Cloud's counter argument just means that Cloud is being provocative. You don't have a counter argument. What did you say? You said people were more FI focused, the world would be a lot better, and that caring about race and group mentality is an FE concept. Those aren't arguments, those are claims. You made no substantiation of either of those claims. An argument has three components to it. It's a claim, a warrant, and an impact. You just make claims. You don't warrant them. So that's why I'm saying you're not making arguments. Aaron, is someone blocking my posts? Aaron, I'm asking you a question. Is someone blocking my posts? Did I finish that stereotypes personality jokes? I don't know what that is. I don't remember. We have worked on some, and we'll probably return to eventually this idea of movie pitches. Okay, but right now, what I'm thinking is focusing on is two different things. One being mistyped celebrities of all 16 types. The other being covering a given show, all the characters in a show. If you do all the characters in the show, it doesn't even have to be all 16 types. You're just covering all the characters in the show. Yeah,
because I like that because I like to watch more shows with INFJs in them, but there aren't many represented in media. There really aren't. I don't think that people.
It makes me realize why you like Community, of course.
Yeah.
Too. There's an INFJ.
Yeah, that's the only reason.
Who's harried, much as you probably felt when you got into it initially.
Yeah.
A harried INFJ.
Yeah, you're right, because I didn't. Everyone wanted to say that they were like her, but I actually was like, yeah, I'm actually kind of like that. And that show Love that I watched on Netflix is like, it's like the girls in INFJ. She could be an ESCP or INFJ in a real bad, looking like bad, just bad. She's like an addict and blames everyone else. Talking about? This other show that I watched that intrigues me because I think one of the characters is an INFJ.
It's called Love?
Yeah.
That one you were seeing earlier?
Yeah.
I mean, that was a very striking scene I walked in on, that's for sure.
Well, yeah.
I walked in after I got up, whenever it was, I don't know, this morning, I guess. And Rachel's watching something on the TV. There's these two naked chicks in bed with their boobs showing, and a really dorky guy who's arguing with them about whether or not he should have sexual intercourse with them because they are
sisters,
and then it's incest.
It was pretty funny. It's a pretty funny show, but I wouldn't recommend it to people because it's like one of those shows where the characters are just awful people. You know? Yeah. But like I said, it intrigued me because there's an INFJ character in it, so it appealed to me. But she's low. She's nasty. She's weak INFJ. Yeah, that girl plays.
But the line where the girl's like, "Sorry, we tried to fuck you, dude."
Do you do it?
That was funny. No, I wouldn't do it. I'm not interested in that stuff.
Sorry, we tried to fuck you.
Have you read The Bell Curve? No. I haven't. It's important to remember that different kinds of systems are subject to different mathematical representations. Okay, that's what. This is one of the ways that people get thinking wrong, is they'll understand a mathematical representational concept for a given thing and then generalize that across the board. So some things are subject to bell curves. Some very specific kinds of questions are subjects to bell curves, and other kinds of questions are not. And if you assume that those other kind of questions are subject to the same kind of mathematical representation and draw meaning from that, that's called bad thinking. Yeah.
Yeah. We do know how are you hungry still?
No. Are
Is that
you?
me? It's coming from me?
No, that's just my stomach
Oh.
digesting stuff.
Oh. That usually means when I'm hungry.
It's a book about race and IQ. You mean two things that are both completely bullshit? Oh, I see. It's a book about make-believe nonsense A and make-believe nonsense B and how they make-believe link.
Isn't what like that isn't the bell curve what teachers use when the class is so bad in a test that they have to use the average to fix the grades so that they get at the
I mean, look, if you were to properly curve a real class that were done properly, you would use a bell curve for the results of the class.
right.
So that it would be on every assignment and every test, somebody would get an F, somebody would get an A, and it'd be increasing amounts of people in between.
Yeah,
as you get back towards the middle. Okay.
Yep.
That would be the proper way to run a class according to a bell curve. But bell curves exist because they are of the way that that groups of random things naturally splay out. So, for example, if I take a group of random people and measure all their heights, the majority of the people will be in the middle of range of heights, and there'll be just a couple of the very shortest people and a couple of the very tallest people. And that's a bell curve that is every time you get a truly random sample of sufficient size of a given variable that doesn't link to the population you're sampling from, you're going to get a bell curve because it's implicit to a description. It's a descriptive taxonomy of a set of a randomly assigned set of a random variable.
I'm thinking of something not off topic, but I would like your help with. I'm gonna start writing again. Like I'm gonna do like some sort of journaling either on my computer or like in a written way. And I'd like to try and remember all the things that we've done because I feel like there's so much that could be forgotten, and like magical stuff happens with us.
You want to write down the stories. That's very eighth slot activating and serving your NI dominant. It's good.
Yeah, you like it? Will you be able to help me? Because a lot of stuff
Absolutely.
I have to...
We'll talk it out and then you write it out.
Oh my gosh, guys. When I was away in New York, my SI's week. So I was like, lunch, no problem. A week later, I got a picture of your face the face you make when you kiss me. And I was like, I miss him so much. Like, because I forgot. I literally forgot.
It's backslot F5.
Yeah. It was so intense. Like,
it's even more like that for me. And that's something that Rachel is, I guess, getting accustomed to. Sometimes it distresses you that I'm not feeling enough or something. But you gotta remember, I'm like that. It hits me occasionally, and the rest of the time I do my best to fake, I guess, emotions or something. I guess I don't. It doesn't feel like I'm faking, like I'm lying or anything. It feels like it feels authentic to me, but I guess from other people's perspectives, it's FE, not FI.
Well, my life is very lacking of TE, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people would say that I'm slacker.
Is this FI or is it FE? You be the judge.
I swear the picture that you have with Delilah, I don't know what age she was, but when you had hair like all in those like pigtails, you put all your hair in the.
Oh, that little kid one, yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's such a precious picture of her. She's laughing so hard.
Adorable,
Yeah.
Is that FE probably? What are your thoughts on Sam Harrison's model for secular morality? I'm not exactly sure what his model is. Here's the correct model. There are two kinds of moral indications, negative and positive. With negative moral indications, we can use a secularist logic to justify all moral conclusions, and that logic is sound. With positive moral indications, it's not possible without magical thinking. So in other words, there's no universalist positive moral indications, only particularist positive moral indications, and yet there's a universalist appeal to the good that can't be sustained logically because it's not deductively reproducible, and therefore we have to delegate it to magical thinking. Therefore, magical thinking is an appropriate response logically to the lack of logical conclusiveness about moral agency on the positive moral indication grounds. Sam Harris, if he thought about it for a while, would understand everything I just said and would be stumped. But he's not interested in fixing his wrongness.
FI users should look too. I sometimes say like FI users. Well, FI user. Who's FI user?
FI users are like ESFPs, ENFPs, INFPs, ISFPs.
Oh.
Your top two FI slots.
Ah.
Yeah, FI and one or two.
Running Fox, I hear you. Eric with the TI machine gun says 16 playlists. It does come with a price.
I'm not playing mental gymnastics. I said what I just said. Or unless you're talking about Sam Harris playing mental gymnastics, I'm not sure. I'm not playing mental gymnastics. What I just said, I was able to say so fast because I've articulated these arguments so many times before. You guys got to remember that I've been asked these kind of questions a lot of times before. I know what my answer is, and I can just pop it right out, right? I've made these arguments in debate. I'm a debate coach, so these are the kind of arguments that get argued about in Lincoln Douglas debate. Is questions of it's called value debate because it's about moral questions. Oh, thanks, Aaron. I appreciate it. I genuinely am not faking it. People think I am.
What?
I'm not faking sounding like I know what I'm talking about.
Oh no, you're not.
I really do know what I'm talking about, but questions like moral agency and stuff. I thought a lot about it.
If he said that he thought a lot about it, he's definitely thought a lot about it because he doesn't say that often. Actually, that's not true. He does think, but he really did think about it a lot. Yeah, Effie is like that Girl Scout that burns down your house because you didn't buy her cookies. It can be. Or you didn't go to her party.
Should I make a new pot of coffee? Yes, I should.
Sure.
I enjoy. I really like it when a pot of coffee's done brewing and we don't have to reheat it, and it's bright fresh. That's the best coffee.
Yeah.
It's better than when you reheat it, I think.
Oh yeah. Wait, you meaning like when you just made it and it's like not just the first cup, it's like still like warm from it? That's what you mean?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you right now because you're talking to me. What'd you say?
You're saying like the leftover that's still warm in there? Yeah.
Well, I'm saying the leftover that we reheat in the microwave, right?
Oh, yeah.
When we reheat it in the microwave, I've generally got it figured out now how to get it to the right temperature. Like how many minutes to put in to get it to the right temperature, depending on how full the cup is and which size cup. But even when you get it to the right temperature, it just doesn't taste the same as when it's freshly brewed.
No.
And I will say also, additionally, it doesn't taste better out of the microwave. It tastes worse.
Yeah, I know.
I'm making a Norman claim. It's it's morally inferior. Coffee that's been reheated is morally inferior.
I mean,
We are running out of the U-Ban. I'm gonna have to go out and get a new coffee thing here, I think. There's one scoop.
more coffee?
Yeah, it's a little shy. I have to get another thing of coffee out of the garage. I'll be right back.
Okay. I like that, Levi, that you want to be more ESFP, but you're an ISFJ. See, I wish I had more ISFJ friends because the friends that I've had that were ISFJs, we got along very well. I wouldn't say it was the most, like, it wasn't the most, we always just got along really well. I don't know. There's a lot of laughs.
This is going to be a cup of U-Bolgers. This is a cup of U-Bolgers. It's half U-Ban and half Folgers.
Ooh.
So I think we're in for a real treat here.
Sounds good.
That would be an interesting coffee shop to open, actually. It would be a coffee shop that goes out and buys all the major brands of coffee, your U-Ban, your Folgers, your chock full of nuts. What's another major brand of coffee? Like Starbucks, I guess you could put. Dunkin' Donuts, whatever. You get all the major brands of coffee, right? And you mix them together. And you say, okay, well, you want a cup of U-Ban, you want a cup of Folgers, you want a cup of U-Bolgers, you want a cup of Funkin' Donuts.
I'd love to be friends with you, Levi Samuels. That'd be nice. I don't know any ISFJ males, actually. Actually, that's a lie. I did, obviously.
He's obviously an ESFP.
Who?
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When he's like, I don't really want no friends. Yeah, he's like singing the song with like a crew of his friends behind him. I'm like, what? Yes, you do.
It's a little T.I. Polar. Here's a little 4-slot T.I. in a music video. 4-slot T.I. Billy Joe making his I Walk Alone video where he's walking with his two bandmates down the road.
That's funny.
That's another weak T.I. video. It fails on T.I. grounds, you know?
Yeah. Maybe the director was like, Billy Joe was like, you know, like they'll just like think he's like a ghost or something. Like my friend, you know, there, but he's there. But he's not really there.
Okay, Mark Dan. That's a fun kind of argument you're making there. You see, by putting I love when in front of the claim you're making, you position it as a claim that's not in dispute at all. But yeah, this is a particular method of trolling, you see. You go, I love when Mark Dan comes in and tries to position his provocative statements as though they were points no longer in dispute, so that people get all up in arms and argue with him about it. I love when he does that. Do I really love when you do that, Mark Dan?
Toxic positivity. I agree.
Mark Dan, that's so good. You're really coming along and growing now. You're learning a lot from this exchange. It's so good for you. It is. It's so good.
Oh my gosh. Look at that FI. Whoa. Oh my gosh, that's so fake.
I'm so happy for you.
Look at that.
You were learning so much.
That is scary.
You are learning so much in this ass whooping. I'm so happy for you. Bless your little heart is right.
Yeah.
Bless his little heart. Will you just bless Mark Dan's little heart? He is learning so much right now. Back here behind the woodshed.
I don't even see.
How you like me now, motherfucker?
Pew pew.
Good job. I was too. Or was I?
I think.
Maybe I was just rolling.
What type would Eric and Rachel like to be reborn as, excluding ENTP? I always say that.
I'll be reborn as INFJ then.
There we go.
There we go. We can still be
That's
together.
one of your favorite types too.
It is. It absolutely is. The thing is, when I think about INFJs, I think they have a harder road to hoe than an ENTP, provided. But then when I think about it more, I go, Eric, you're conflating the particulars with the universalist here.
Yeah.
I had a particularly supportive road as an ENTP.
You did.
It's just why I turned out fine. You know,
I think
I had a lot of support.
Don't you think if you were a part of my family, I think you would be you just disowned. Like, I think you'd be like chill with my like dad, but you'd probably fight about him about like family stuff, and then like.
I mean, it's hard for me to imagine what it would have been like to be in the company of a controlling or unfair environment without the perspective I currently have.
Yeah.
You know, if I went in there, if adult Eric was born into such a family would learn its fucking place, you know, but adult Eric is never born into a family. Children are born into a family.
Well,
you know?
And like, you know, the friend that I had, she was the baby of her family of 4. So it's like, at what point do your parents say, like, we're done with your childish bullshit, like, you need to grow up?
45?
Right.
50?
Exactly.
Hopefully.
Exactly.
I mean, that's my answer to it, honestly. I would never feel like Delilah needs to be done with her childish bullshit and grow up. If she has the need or whatever, I'd be there for her 100%. I wouldn't. That's just all there is to it. And there's nothing, it doesn't mean that, and I'm not saying, you know, it's like, I really see, like, Rachel's dad really being there for her, is what I see. But, you know, it's also the case that some people are stronger or weaker in sort of power exchange relationships with other people in their lives.
Right.
If you're very strong in power exchange relationships, then you don't have to take power very much. Like I almost never try to force people at all or leverage people. I always try to get a genuine agreement and consent.
It feels so much better.
It is so much better. How good is 6 slot compared to dominant? It really depends on whether your 6 slot's consistent or inconsistent with your dominant functions aspect. So if your 6 slot function is consistent, it's very strong. If your 6 slot function is inconsistent, most of that strength goes to your 3rd slot function. So, for example, my TE is a lot weaker than my dad's SE. Rachel's FI is a lot weaker than an ENFJ's NE. An ENFJ's NE is a lot stronger than an INFJ's FI. Why? Stronger, more active, more successful. Because the reason is it's consistent with the metaphysical physical aspect. So it's like, for me, TE is a physical aspect function. And my dominant nature is metaphysical. My 2nd slot function is metaphysical. My 3rd slot function is metaphysical. Those 3 are all consistent with each other. So those 3 all get maximized at the expense of the back slot 6 function primarily. The 5th slot also gets maximized. It's the same one too. It's metaphysical as well. With my dad, the fifth slot function gets minimized and the sixth slot function gets maximized. So my dad's solid with his TI, I guess, but he doesn't really value it very much. Ultimately, it always busts down to the same thing. Well, that's just how the way we have to care about how the world works and not what's right and wrong. You know. So his TE is much less of an absolute value for him much less active as an absolute value for him than my NI is for me. But it is still an absolute value for him. Ultimately, if he's wrong on TI, he'll give in. Bye, lawnmowers. Oh no, you're not leaving. Levi's leaving. Bye, Levi. Hi, Zandy. I didn't say hi to you when you got here. Sorry. I know that as an FE Dom, you appreciate the FE gestures, and I really need to attend to those. Hello, Zandy. Hi, it's so good to see you. You guys, Zandy's here.
Yes, she is.
How's that for some FE for you?
Zandy party. Study the science of art. Study the art of science. Develop your senses, especially learn how to see. Realize that everything connects to everything else.
See, ENFP, just like I told you, not an ENTP. Leonardo da Vinci is not an ENTP.
They also say that he's an INFJ too.
Or you think some people say Leonardo da Vinci is an INFJ?
Yeah.
I believe INTJ or I believe ENFP. I don't think I'd buy either INFJ or ENTP.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cloud, would you like some FE as well? Would you like some FE too? Hey, Cloud. You know we're all good. You lovable scamp, you. How's that? Does that make you feel better?
Aw, that was such a nice, Joey Chandler combo there. Going back to Friends, guys.
Ooh, FE. That was. It's Chandler. Come on, Joe.
Yep, exactly. Come on.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, Cloud, you rascal. Yeah. We all need love.
We do.
Even cats, even the demon function activate when the inferior function doesn't work. I don't think it works like that. No, I think that the 8-slot function is an underappreciated, quite active, unconscious autopilot tool function. Okay, so it's like the second slot function, as a undercover agent doing shit all the time. It's ultimately what's responsible for your success or not. What's ultimately responsible for my success to the extent that I have it is always the same thing. Well, I just say fuck it and do something. I SE something. Mamoru Uchiha would say that sort of thing. But guess what? Naruto proved him wrong, didn't he? Naruto put his foot up his ass and proved us wrong.
Thank God.
Naruto was so powerful at the end that he and Sasuke got together and they got the lady and smushed her into a moon.
I will never catch up with that show.
Yes, you will. We will watch it. We will start watching one episode at a time.
No, you know what?
I'm excited to watch it without any filler at all. We just go right through the actual storyline. You skip everything that's bullshit.
No, yeah, please. Because that's what makes it hard for me.
I know. We need to get right through it. I get you.
INFJs are not readers.
Asuka? Who's Asuka? Is that? No, that's Asuma. Asuma. Thinking of Asuma. I don't know who Asuka is.
Ooh, that was a fart, huh?
That wasn't a fart.
Something smells like a fart. Sorry if someone's food smells like a fart.
Why is the trickster function 7, the demon function is 8 when the demon is used better? Because those names are dumb. Both those names are dumb, which is why you'll never hear me using those names. The 7 slot function is polar. It's the best way of putting it. It's the place of least resistance. It's not a trickster function. It's where you're so dumb that when you use it, you always get it wrong somehow. Like if I make decisions on my feelings, I'll be doing the wrong thing.
What is that smell?
I don't smell anything.
You have a better nose than I do, don't you?
Usually.
Maybe it's me.
Is it mildew on your sweatshirt?
No. Maybe, yeah.
Because listen, here's the thing.
Yeah, it is.
An example of poorly used
True.
FI in the ENTP. So my feelings go up and down. I can have my feelings hurt. I can feel perfectly fine the next hour and very cheerful and laughing and stuff. I can't rely on my feelings to guide me. So there have been times when Rachel's hurt my feelings, and I needed to put them aside, my feelings aside, knowing that I didn't want to do anything or take any action while we were in a negative feeling space because it was sure to be the wrong action. I'd be driven by my feelings.
And I'd be driven by mine.
And then she'd be driven by hers. I note that when she's driven by her feelings, which she should not be using to make decisions about her own life, she's supposed to display feelings as part of her FE thing.
I do.
Yeah, you do. I'm saying that when you're functioning properly, you're not really using a lot of FI in your own life, like I'm not using a lot of TE in my own life.
No.
Fuck that is right. I don't want to have to solve a bunch of problems that don't require any ideation. The pipe is pink.
Yeah.
Would you call it a very, very light periwinkle? Probably not. It's just pink.
Until you smile and you wonder if it was you. With what?
Oh, he's saying with the smell.
Oh, yeah.
You revealed with your face, I guess, before you revealed with your words.
We were talking about that, actually, how my face sometimes, you could tell.
What do ENTPs do when their emotions are pretty overwhelming? I know making emotional decisions is bad for me. Sometimes it's hard not to do that. Well, I mean, the thing is, when your emotions are overwhelming, you need to remove yourself and crash out.
Fuck.
Is what you need to do and deal with it later. Don't take action when you're emotional is the key thing. You know,
that's easier said than done.
ENTPs who don't learn to not act, not do SE when their FI acts up, end up punching people in the face. You know?
Yeah, it does. I've seen it.
The thing is, if your FI is triggered enough, directly enough, attacked enough by somebody who's supposed to be in a position of a teammate, as mine was in my last relationship, it will start to drive you crazy. Like I was starting to I wasn't ever gonna hit her, but I would do shit like smash shit, you know, which is not in my repertoire of stuff, right?
So,
that's FI just driving me insane.
But I never would have known that because that's the scope of vision that I knew. I just thought that you were used to that. No,
I'm not like that, you know? And when I get mad at Rachel, it's so much more
we're emotional.
The reason you're not an ENTP, Curious Kyra, is because of your body language. That's why. Cloud's been able to read your body language through your text. And he can tell, based on your body language, that you're not an ENTP.
I like you. I hope it's a Kyra. Either way. How is it said?
Being clueless about other people's intentions
like
there,
you.
Ethan, is also consistent with fourth slot FE, which is why it's like that. When an ISTP is out in the world, interacting in the world, they're in their dominant, they're in their tool, they're not in their fourth. Just like when I'm out in the world, interacting in the world, I'm in my dominant, I'm in my tool, I'm not in my fourth. So naturally, an ISP is not going to be very aware of other people's perceptions of them as they're going about their business. It's deprioritized. They don't care about it. That doesn't mean at all, remotely, that any trickster, that C.S. Joseph's definition of any trickster is right. C.S. Joseph does not know what he's talking about. He occasionally gets some things right.
Right.
He does. He's not always wrong. But it doesn't mean that we should. There's no reason to even review his information enough to compare it against the truth, because you're just wading through a swamp of random information.
Right. There's more stuff that's wrong with it than right.
Yeah.
I'm flirting. Can you tell?
Polar. What some people call trickster is called polar in socionics. Cloud's not flirting. Are you non-flirting? What is it called when you're, what's the state of not flirting? There needs to be a verb that means not flirting.
Resting bitch face.
I
don't know.
It should be platonizing. That's being platonic, right? I'm platonizing. If the opposite of flirting is platonizing. Hey, amigo.
Rascal. My grandma used to call me a rascal. I forgot about that. My grandma McCurgan used to call me a rascal. I guess I got away with a lot of stuff.
Ooh, you got rascaled.
I was a
platonizing. Friend zoning is fine. Here's how you platonize. Oh, hey, buddy, how you doing, friend? It's great having you as an amigo.
Yeah, that is nice. You're a good friend.
Okay, I got that thing I'm thinking there. I actually got that from an episode of a sitcom that David Spade used to be in. And there was a scene. There was a scene where this like tall, leggy, blonde chick is doing that to him. And is going like, "Hey there, friend. Hi, amigo." And he's like, "Yeah, I got it, lady."
I used to watch that show too.
You know what show that is?
Yeah, I used to watch it with my mom. Thanks, Just Shoot Me.
Just Shoot Me?
Yeah, he was like the he was like the desk guy.
That's funny that you knew immediately what show I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's a 90s show.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm an INFJ who grew up on TV. Like my dad raised me on the weekends, and my mom gave me structure, but I was raised on television. I'm a TV kid. I can reference a lot of different pop culture things from different eras, and it makes it hard for me to understand reality sometimes, honestly. I grew up but I had like really cool friends who had parents that were really cool. So like my favorite childhood TV show, that's difficult, but I'm going to go with one from when I was a kid that I was really obsessed with, which was Rainbow Bright. Rainbow Bright was my favorite childhood TV show. I loved her.
I wish that she had a guest spot on Reading Rainbow. That would have been good.
Right?
Take a look. It's in a book. The Reading Rainbow. We can go anywhere.
Take a look. It's in a book. It's Reading Rainbow.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton.
Mm-hmm.
Today on Reading Rainbow,
we're going to read
this book here. I'm going to be extremely displayy in my emotions on my face while I read this book and never blink.
Oh my god, I liked it.
He's such an ENFJ. LeVar Burton,
Oh,
ENFJ.
Sandy, I love your emoticons.
Somebody write that down. I'm spitting gold bricks here. LeVar Burton,
Oh my
ENFJ.
god, I said emoticon. I'm a fucking old person.
I'm not familiar
Holy
with Christopher
shit.
Langan. I don't know who that is. Somebody else asked me that the other day. I don't know who that is. Langan.
Frito, yeah. You know what, Running Fox? I have a thing. I really think that INFJs like audible, because and we're word ignoring. So
Before long, Judy had seen the wizard. I don't know what to think, he said.
Yep.
It's like, oh my god, can you go any slower?
And then a wishbone was right after. Did you watch Arthur?
Oh, you mean I answered this question and don't even remember answering it? Aaron says I asked Eric about him a few days ago and he actually read his work on live stream. It was awesome. I don't remember what I read. What does he say? Did I bust his chops? Was he wrong? He's probably wrong-ish. I don't remember.
Where is Isaiah? What's he been up to?
Cloud, why you gotta stir the pot? Why you gotta always shit in everybody's stew, huh? Why? You know, like, well, I shit in my own stew too. Well, that's true, but that doesn't justify you shitting in our stew.
Yes, Zandy, you hit the nail on the head. I think an INFP would enjoy Mr. Rogers too. He creeped me out. I didn't understand why okay. Personal thing. I was a kid who grew up and I was privileged to have like prime TV stuff. So I watched Sesame Street also, and I was like, those puppets have mouths and they move. But on Mr. Rogers, they did not. And I felt like he was always trying to teach a lesson, and I was like...
Right, it was too FI.
But I still watched. Anytime it was on.
I watched it too.
Yeah.
I guess I was a little, you know.
I know. I'm not trying to... I did too.
I'm just remembering how disappointing it was. It was disappointing. I always found it disappointing.
Did you?
Yeah. Meow, meow. I know.
Yes.
Why don't I go over there to the thing? Meow, meow.
yes, Meowth. Meowth is his name, right?
I don't know.
I think his name is Meowth. I
It's
don't
just
know. It was...
And the king would be like, well, now, kitty, you've got to be nice, too. You can't just be me. Meow, meow. I want that. Meow, meow.
And it would be like this. Like the puppet would just be like this.
Mm-hmm.
And like with the two...
See, that
two
didn't
hands.
bother me. What bothered me was the lack of storyline.
Well, there wasn't any.
Right? It was the lack of storyline. There was nothing.
There was none.
It was like,
lessons.
I am going to do something bad right now so that you can moralize about it.
Yeah, the voices were pretty funny. But you can't take away that
itchy
every
anus.
kid kind of got some sort of lesson out of that. I just love the sweater opening. I thought the opening was genius. Him coming in, singing the song, taking off the sweater. He really made you feel at home.
Well, I think he really... One thing he did was he set the sort of general archetype that taking off your sweater means you're getting ready to do something.
Yeah.
Like you're getting ready to hang out.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Getting ready to chill. Okay, hey, enough business. Now, we as a group, I'm taking off my sweater. I'm bringing out the moisture now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like it's when it's a cue that you're switching over from TE to FI in this TE-FI world of Mr. Rogers.
Yeah, the FI world of Mr. Rogers. Because he really did. He wanted the kids to feel. He said that. He wanted children to understand large concepts and difficult concepts. And he did that very well, very effectively. To the point where I was sad, like I would be like...
It wasn't a happy show. Well, that's the thing. It was clear to me as a kid, I couldn't have articulated it thusly then, but it was clear to me as a kid that this guy is not foremost trying to entertain me, which means he's not doing his job.
I hope that I'm not like squishing something that you loved as a child.
No,
oh, okay,
I didn't like
okay,
Mr. That's what I'm saying. I didn't like Mr. Rogers as a child. I liked Sesame Street better than Mr. Rogers, even though it was trying to teach me something. It had good songs.
It
You
did.
know.
It did. And colors.
And
Just the
colors, and you know.
It was the colors for me, I think.
And the teaching wasn't so like dreary.
Yeah, it was A for apple, and there'd be a song with it, or you know. Then they always would take you somewhere. They'd be like, "Okay, let's go take." I remember they took the audience to a crayon factory, and they showed how crayons were made, and I was like, "This is the most satisfying video I've ever seen."
No, they did have little like segments of showing you how shit was done.
Yeah.
It was cool. I liked it. I liked Sesame Street. I watched it, of course, again when Delilah was little.
Mm.
We went through a brief Sesame Street phase. It's a short phase. It's when you're a parent, it's over before you know it. They're into Sesame Street for 5 seconds, and then they're out of Sesame Street.
Yeah, it happens.
Would you like to try some of this coffee?
I would, thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry, I'll make myself a separate cup.
Praise the sun indeed, and praise the clouds when there's no sun.
It was a very pleasant day today.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhat like partially overcast.
Curious, that's exactly what NE is. As almost an immediate processing, seeing of many different possibilities of external stimuli. That's why my dad, having 3 kids, has no idea how to like parent us. We're so different that it's like he would parent me differently than he would parent my sister and my brother, because the external stimuli was different.
The thing is, Kyra, what you have coming to you in life is a bunch of people insisting to you must be an ENFP because you're a chick.
Yes, that's true.
My diagnosis of you not having typed you and not having asked you any TI questions is nevertheless ENTP, because, you smell strongly of the ENTP force. You smell very strongly of it. So I think that you are an ENTP, but I have to type you to be official about that. But
yeah, this is
you're
true.
gonna have everybody's gonna tell you though you're an ENFP because you're a chick.
Yeah, you're so your writing is much tighter than an ENFP.
Thank you. That's a good way to put it, Rachel.
You're welcome.
And your jokes are much more FI polar.
Yeah. I saw your videos, actually. I'm not going to say I creeped on your page, and did you just put, I didn't watch the videos. I didn't go full through, but I was curious, and I saw, did you dress up as a clown in one of them? Because if you did, I absolutely love that so much. Like,
it sounds like Curious Kyra made a little bit of a Curious Rachel.
Mm-hmm. Well,
note that it never even occurs to me to check out anybody's channel. I'm just that self-absorbed.
It's true. Don't forget about me when we go to places too much.
What do you mean?
When you're big and famous.
Well, I'll never forget about you, baby. I'll be concerned if you're not right next to me. Where's Rachel?
Okay, good. Oh, a bow. It was cute. I liked it a lot. I thought it was adorable, basically.
Aren't ENFP males more common than
Mrs.
ENFP
Mom.
females? I don't find it to be the case. I think ENFP's about even. INFJ is about even. This is my experience that I'm projecting here mostly, but I think it's about even for INFJ and ENFPs. It's there are more male INTJs. Female INTJs are pretty rare.
Yeah.
But INTPs more males.
I feel like ENTJ, you cannot tell her to smile.
You're not telling ENTJ to smile.
ENTJ female smile. Like, she'd be like, fuck you.
Are female INTJs sexy?
Probably. I don't know.
I've never been with one. They're rare. Like I said, I mean, they're.
Yeah, they are really rare. INTJ guys, not so much.
I think the split is much more stark in INTJ than any other type, actually. I'm sorry.
That's so funny.
Did I spill you?
That's so funny. We're so funny. We're such intuitards. This is a good example of intuitards right now.
Yes, Winston's mom has a question. Go ahead. What's your question, Winston's mom? There are not that many, but I think that I mean, I've known multiple, whereas INTJ females are. I only know I've known a couple. I've encountered a couple of them, but one of them was a former student of mine, Grace. She was one of my best debaters ever. Learned very differently than me, but it was an interesting compliment. She really took control of her own learning and education, unlike any other student I've ever had. She directed me on what and how to teach her, and I was happy to, I've probably never been quite so effective as a teacher as I was with Grace.
Your experience is relevant, Sandy. They are hard to find. I don't know any besides Winston's mom. Literally, I don't know any. I know 3 INTJ guys. I do not know any INTJ girls. If I knew an INTJ in high school, I would have been, like a female, I would have been such a happy person.
Instead, you just got a bunch of S's.
Yeah. It's okay. It was meant to be.
Yeah.
I learned how to party that way. I wouldn't have been, as an INFJ, I would not have been able to party without those S's.
Good point. Cloud, will you just stop, please? Will you stop?
You have to go into that mom voice. Will you just stop here? Come on.
What facial expression is this?
Come on now.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on now.
Get out of here. Cloud. Yeah, Aaron. Pretty rare, you.
Indeed. Rascal indeed.
Rascals. They didn't name me Rachel for nothing.
I don't know if INTJ males tend to have large jawlines. Maybe. I hadn't ever thought about it before.
Yeah, maybe, actually. 16 playlists. That's interesting. Two of them did have defined jawlines.
You have something large? Is it your ego, James?
Oh! I got a reading once that said that Eric's ego is going to be too big for me, that I have to be aware of his big ego. Like, I don't know.
True?
What?
Have you found that to be true?
I don't think so.
I don't think so, really, either. I tend to keep it pretty well in check.
Yeah, I mean, look. You're an ENTP. Like, you are who you are. Like, I'm not going to try and, like, say that you're not an ego person. You definitely work from your ego, but luckily you're matured.
Mm-hmm.
So, I run from my ego as well. We all know that. I'm a freakazoid, so...
I mean, I've gotten pretty comfortable with my ego, is what it boils down to. I know the things I'm genuinely good at. I know the things that I don't bother fighting about at all because they're not my thing. I know where and when to just stand up for myself or a given cause better than I used to, maybe a long time ago.
Good though. I mean,
2010 couple watching a television. 2020 couple being a television. The world is evolving so fast. That's pretty good, Cloud. That's
I
pretty
like
good.
that. That really
there.
is.
It's good and I.
Yes, that's like as the world turns.
Have I ever experienced ego death? I think that's a make-believe thing that spiritualists talk about. I'm pretty sure. I've experienced a dissociative state in the
Nice.
K-hole. That would be equivalent to ego death, I guess.
Nice Venti Deluxe.
A girl once said, "Oh my," because she's seen my big FI.
I do remember Freakazoid
I also
running
remember Freakazoid.
Fox. I liked that show a lot. You know it?
I do. You know what else is a good show is The Flea.
The Flea is a good show. That was not on long enough.
I kind of want to see The Flea.
I'm drenched.
You want to change your
Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, it's all right, baby. It's okay. Look what I just did.
You're knocking over things everywhere you go. Yeah, 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 yeah.
You know it. Oh gosh, my boobs are itching.
Your boobs are itchy? My anus is itchy right
Is
now.
it?
I must not have wiped myself well enough earlier.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you use the wet wipes?
No, I just used toilet paper. Itchy anus syndrome is how I broke my finger one time. One time I was driving in the car and I was live streaming. Not live streaming, I was making a video though on the phone. I didn't want on the video to be clear that I was picking at my ass. Oh, the tick. That's what it's called. The tick. Yeah. Thank you, Running Fox, for correcting me.
Yes.
And I was doing it, I was scratching my butthole like this, and I hit a bump, and I broke my finger scratching my ass.
Ow.
This part right here, because it was on my left hand, I think.
About strong bones, man.
This was hanging, so this from this to this was just hanging down like loose.
Crashing.
Like you just go like this.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Those butt bones are nothing.
So, I mean, I don't agree that they're TESI superior because the thing is, a preferable alternative to either of those is a wet wipe. A wet wipe, it will clean your butt, but not require additional drying. If you use a bidet, then after you're done using the bidet, you still have to wipe yourself.
You do.
You have to dry your butthole.
Can you, for a moment,
Turn this way?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
That nudity belongs to me and me alone. Okay? Nobody else gets to see that lovely nudity. I get to see it, though, because I'm special.
You better treat it right.
It's scrumdiddlyumptious, baby.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, it's delicious. Absolutely delicious. Japanese toilets have butt drying facilities. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. They're always thinking.
Okay. I trust the Japanese to tend to my butthole. I believe that they've got a bidet that I'm sure it does have an adequate drying function as well, and it'll be fine. I trust them to do it right. Or the Germans, potentially.
True. Why?
Well, I guess they tend to make things well. They've got a lot of
They
TE.
do.
A lot of good TE.
I love their instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I really do. They have these little they're so cute. You know, you play music on them, little music box. But it's just like metal prongs, and it plays itself. Yeah, it's so pretty. In Germany.
I want to answer 2 TI questions. The one before Countess and then Countess. What's the major advantage of being a TI tool user? Well, it's hard for people to sneak bullshit by you. as long as it's some kind of argumentation. Now, if people are going to try to sneak feelings bullshit by you, like I'm very susceptible to, like being manipulated by crying, for example.
Not with me. Not with me.
You don't try to manipulate me with your crying.
No, I can't.
That's the
I don't know
thing.
how to do it.
I am susceptible to it, but that's why I need to be somebody who doesn't do that.
I don't know how. I couldn't
you
do
don't.
it.
Your crying is naturally occurring. It's not intended.
Yeah,
it's not
never.
FE.
Nah.
When you're crying, you're not
I'm
FE.
really sad. That's why.
That's your actual
That's
FI.
FI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing
I
is,
think I get most.
I'm not susceptible to shit that's FE, right?
I see what you're saying.
And in other words, I'm not really susceptible to, oh, well, you should agree with me on this because of flattery. No, I'm not going to buy that. I'm going to hear what you're saying, and I'm going to respond directly to what you're saying and logically parse out whether what you're saying makes sense. So in that regard, it's an advantage. The disadvantage is if you're telling me you love me a lot and stuff, and it's FI, I'm just not going to know what to do with that at all, you know? Or like the one time I had to, let me just finish this thought, I'm sorry. I told Taylor one time I won an argument with Taylor by basically telling him, well, basically you hurt my feelings. And he didn't know what the fuck to do with that.
I literally just saw that like on YouTube today. Like on Reddit, someone said that that's how you should say to it.
That's how you shut down an ESTP or an ENTP.
Yeah.
Is you tell them you hurt my feelings. And we don't know what to do with that. We have no idea what to do with that.
Yeah, but you know what? You use that with me.
Well, I've learned that it
worked.
No. I've learned that the truth is a lot of times that all these words I'm saying sum up to you hurt my feelings. That's why I'm being so defensive or argumentational.
No, but you have to say that to me because then I'm like, because I have to think about it too. Because I'm the same way. I'm like, oh shit. Like, that does sting.
I tend to want to make it into a logical argument.
I could put it into, but when you said you hurt my feelings, I'm like, oh, I could really fuck him up.
Yeah, you could.
And that's when it hits me. Thanks, Fenty.
No ATP would say that's bold of you. Well, that's rather bold of you, Cloud.
Oh.
Nobody's quite sure what type Cloud is. Probably is an ESFP. He could actually be ENTP, just trolling. I don't know. It's hard to say. He's an interesting character.
Sifi.
You're really good with negative emotions? What do you mean to be good with them? Ideally, if you're good with your emotions, you aren't very familiar with negative emotions because you're not spending a lot of time feeling bad. You know? If your life's going properly, hopefully you're not spending a lot of time feeling bad.
Right. That's it. If your life's not going, you can't blame someone for...
No, absolutely not. If your circumstances aren't good and you're feeling bad, well, then that's the issue. You need to change your circumstances. To say that you're good at dealing with bad feelings it seems to be the wrong frame. Ideally, you'd say, I'm good at changing parts of my life that make me feel bad.
That's a good skill.
YouTube is trying to prevent you from being unproductive. That's opposite of what it normally does.
Yeah.
Ich lerne Deutsch.
It hurt my feelings or you hurt my feelings is a really good line. It's an effective, if you're really in a real heated, emotional, you feel the heat, when you're in an argument like that, where it's so like the passion is between the two of them because they both think they're right, and you take a beat, think about it a little bit or whatever, you just cool down, and someone says you hurt my feelings, like boom, that's a crasher.
That was a bong rip.
Oh, baby, I feel like it's been a while since you said that. That's me. That gives me feelings.
That's juicy.
That gives me feelings.
You know what gives me feelings?
What?
Well, besides the beautiful feelings of you being feely about me, but I was gonna say is wearing this sweater. I like this sweater.
Right? It is nice on you.
It's a nice sweater. I don't know if I like it with the red thing underneath it, but you know, I guess it's fine. It's a fine enough color underneath.
Yeah. It's a nice sweater on you.
Thanks. I got it at the sweater store. That's interesting about Jung.
No, it doesn't.
That's good observations, Andy.
Yeah, that is. Very good observation.
It's a good test for a narcissist.
Yeah, that is.
But yeah, Winston's mom, really interesting about Jung and the totem thing.
Winston's mom, I was reading this article today. I forget what website, but it was legit. You know, something like that. And they were talking about the generations, and they were using Jung's archetypes to define the different generations. I thought of you.
The words androgynous, Ethan McDonald, androgynous.
Is that me?
No, Cloud's picture.
Oh, yeah. Androgynous is...
Not agender. Agender is not a word. Androgynous is. You want to know what's super androgynous? My stiff pulsing cock. Deeply androgynous.
It is deeply androgynous. I know.
My stiff throbbing cock is deeply androgynous.
It's so FI, you don't even... It's like, it gets FI via CPU. It's so good.
Question here by Bubble Bobby. Am I going to convert my story, Isaac Newton and the time-space accident, into written form? No, probably not.
That's a good question, though. Thank you.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you referencing the story. I enjoyed telling that story. I always enjoy it. Whenever I do bedtime stories, I've done 3 or 4 of them now. I always enjoy telling them. I always make myself laugh as I roll around in the bed. And then I always like to listen to them later.
I go to sleep to them. I fell asleep to it.
They have basically the same story arc. The guy shows up, meets some chick, tries to get on her, eventually he gets on. They all have the same storyline.
Yeah, it does. It's the in-between that counts. It's
right, that's how you get there that matters,
yeah.
Right? Oops, sorry, darling.
That's okay. Miss Kitty.
Last couple of nights, Rachel and I have had dinner with my dad. It's been very nice. I helped him feel less guilty.
Just outside? Yes, you were. Oh, my darling. You're my Alice in Wonderland cat.
She really is a spectacular kitty pageant.
Mm-hmm. Yes, you are. Yes, you are, my lovely. Oh, my lovely. I can't get enough of you.
You can't solve my math problem? What's your math problem? I want to see your math problem, Aaron. Where is it? You put it up there? Let me look at it. Use numbers 1, 3, 4, and 6 exactly once with any of the 4 basic math operations to total 24. Okay, gotcha. Um, um,
Get it, girl, get it. Yes! Yes! Kitty Fashion Winner, it's so nice to be in your presence. Yes, it is. Oh, the coffee kitty. Yes. With the peach nose. Oh, mommy loves you. You show me FI. Thank you, lady love.
this is a fun one. This is a fun problem. Okay.
It's nice to hear an airplane.
Huh.
Are you an airplane? No. Oh, precious.
This is difficult. You got me really working here. Huh.
Go. I know I agree with you. I don't like it either.
Challenging. It's a challenging problem.
Goodness. Oh, ma. You've had a long day, haven't you, Missy? Huh? Queen. The kitty pageant. Oh, and Miss Capito Strauss. Yes.
Hmm.
Hi, Kitty Queen.
Okay, Aaron, I've got a
Hello.
question. You don't explicitly say that I
Look at
cannot
that.
use numbers in
So
addition to the
much
numbers you
fun.
provide there.
Yes.
Can I do so?
Look at those eyelashes.
I can follow your instructions and use an additional number and not violate your instructions. Is that acceptable or not? If somebody else has the answer, I hope they haven't put it because I don't want to see it. Rachel, can you see if he answers my question about the numbers without me seeing anybody else's answer? Can I use an additional number besides 1, 3, 4, and 6? Can I use a 2? Is that
He
legal?
says you can't.
I can't. Okay. Cool. Let me go back up and look at this problem. Okay.
Hey, Aaron. What if you're hurting his feelings?
24. Okay, you're welcome to scroll down now, Rachel. I'm not gonna look at the chat. It's fine. You scroll down the
You
chat.
sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know the problem now. Okay, so 1, 3, 4, 6 gets 24.
If I solve it, can I post my answer?
Yeah. Are you gonna solve it?
No, I'm not. No, Ronnie Fox. I was asking.
Yeah. If somebody else solves it, go ahead and put their answer. Has it not been solved yet? Has it been solved? Is that the answer right there, Aaron?
Running Fox is asking. No. So Aaron says once, and you may define the order of operations.
I got you. Okay, cool. So I understand the process then. Whoever solves it, put it up. Yeah, because I'm curious.
Oh, precious. Or such a regal majesty. I am so lucky to know you. I really am. It's true. Yes. Look how majestic you are. No wonder Buddha loved you so much.
Good job, Cloud.
Happy kitty, happy
Cloud
kitty.
got it. That's right, huh?
Yes,
Cloud's answer is right. 6 over 1 minus 3/4 is 6 over a quarter, which is 6 times 4 over 1, which is 24.
Nicely done.
Now, did you Google that, Cloud? Or did you figure it out?
No, I bet you Cloud got it on his own.
It's a great question. How did you solve it, Cloud? I don't think math is necessarily a TI thing.
It's not.
I've never made that claim that math is necessarily a TI thing. Well, certain aspects of it are, but
certain aspects.
you're using 3s and 1s multiple times, Countess.
My eyes are watering from the kitty. Because I love you so much.
6 times. I like that problem a lot, dude. Good job with that problem. Thank you for putting it
Yeah, that
there.
was great. What fun.
Well, what is that efficient way to solve it, Cloud? Tell me what it is. Like, what method you use? What is this? Oh, you Googled it. Cloud Googled it. He didn't figure it out. He Googled it. Cloud, see, that's not fun though, because you ruined the game for everybody else without actually solving it yourself. You don't deserve to ruin the game for everybody. If you actually solve it yourself, then you deserve to ruin the game.
Yes. I even defended you.
I knew. My intuition, my eye was better there.
You called the shots, babe.
because you thought it was impossible. I didn't think it was impossible. I was trying to figure out all the permutations. I was getting towards there.
Rascal indeed. Rascal indeed.
Rascal, you deserve to be
Yes.
finger wagged for that. Boo, boo,
But
bad
that's
effie, bad effie.
bad effie for sure. You don't want to take the fun out of it, even if you don't like the game.
Look at Kitty's facial expression, Cloud. That's what Kitty thinks of you right now.
She's like,
This is her facial expression.
There are better things to do. Really? Really? See? Really? I could do
yeah, but I agree, Curious Kyra. Thank you for telling the truth, though, Cloud.
Yeah, I appreciate the truth over the wrongness of.
And thank you for Curious Kyra for pointing that out.
Yo, girl, on point. Good other side of the plate or whatever.
Yeah, good other side of the plate. I get you. I feel you. I know what you're saying. Except about your type.
Oh! Can I have a bomb emoji, please, from someone? I mean, I could go in there and do it myself.
I'll do it. Here. What do you want, a bomb?
Yeah. Boom.
I wonder what happens if you super chat yourself. I notice I have the option.
That's funny. They'll still take the money from you. Tax you, I guess.
Is bomb under activities?
Bomb is under the light bulb.
Oh, okay.
It's a thing.
Okay. It's also a verb. You could bomb.
Yeah, sure.
There we are.
Fuck math. Come on. I don't like math either. But...
Boom. I got some more emojicons for you as well.
Drop. I like the whole.
An emojicon is half emoji and half emoticon. I got a bed. Hey guys, let's make a video with our film projector. Hey, I know. Let's send each other letters via snail mail.
Vintage looks. Math does suck, but you don't. On, a metaphysical level.
First, I'll chain you up. Then I'll ship you to Easter Island. Hey, listen. This is for you, Anchor Jason Blood, if you're out there. Okay?
Yeah.
For you, buddy. When the rising on in the his house. Okay. The thing is.
Oh my gosh. You can make that guy praying. Is that going to be. And then go the weather.
Where's weather?
The flower. Oh no, you already made him.
Praying for spews.
Yeah.
Praying for spews.
I was gonna say to have him praying and then have like the poof one looks like he's farting.
I want to make some rules around here. Okay. First of all, no bicycles. Okay, there are no bicycles allowed. I'm tired of people bicycling around here.
Oh no.
Second of all, in this live stream, no pedestrians, okay? I want no bicyclists and no pedestrians in this live stream. Also, you need to stop stealing my water, okay? Stop filling up your cups with my water. It's not okay. Also, hey, no cell phones. No cell phones allowed.
Oh, you got me.
I did. I got you.
Damn, no bikes either.
Yeah, a lot of things aren't allowed around here. No babies either. Oh, I'm sorry. I pushed the yes babies button. I meant no babies. No babies. This is. Oh, you can steal my water. I said first. I said you can't. Now you can steal my water.
So we've gone.
Cloud?
Now we're on can.
Cloud, you know what you're gonna get? You're gonna get yourself timed out here, buddy.
So wait, we can do this stuff now. This is stuff we can.
Yeah,
do?
these are stuff you can do.
Okay.
You can throw shit away. That's fine.
So nice of people. I always try to do that as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Save the earth.
You can turn dollars into yens and back again.
Yes, you can. The market said so.
That's allowed. You can be a clown.
That's good to know.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Today I'm going to tell a story in pictograms, okay? Today we're going to take a fabulous journey via the airplane. First, the airplane takes off. It flies through the air. Here it is now. It looks different when it's in the air. Look at it flying. Fly, fly along. As it's flying along, it sees a helicopter. Hi, helicopter, says the plane. Hi, plane, says the helicopter. Whoa, don't fly too close. And the helicopter veered away. Soon, the plane came across a gondola car. Gondola car, what are you doing so high up in the sky, said the plane. And the gondola car said, well, I'm trying to train myself because someday I hope to become a rocket ship. Yes. Is it this one? But first, I've got to write things with my tapioca pudding.
On tapioca pudding, right?
Yeah.
That's you.
I have been warned. I want to see a disturbing combination.
Wait,
of
can I
emojis.
show you which emoji represents me?
Sure. I'm waiting for Curious Kyra's curious.
Oh yeah,
challenge.
that first, and then I'll show you mine.
Mm.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
That's an eyeful.
I'm not quite sure why it's disturbing, but I like it.
Hey, me too. Okay.
Which is your favorite?
So
one?
go to the faces
Mm-hmm.
and scroll down.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, it's the little robot guy that goes like that. You know, from like that video game.
Mm.
Here, I'll do it myself.
Maybe it doesn't have it on the laptop.
Yeah, they did. Oh, I don't know. Maybe they might not.
This guy? That one?
No, close to no. I don't know. They might not have it for it. They really might not. So I want to change it then, since they don't.
I have that one. Woman dancing.
Yeah, I use that one a lot.
They've got.
No, I like the one with the two girls dancing. That's a good one. Ooh la la.
I like how you
Garbage.
can dress things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, emojis. That's enough emojis.
I'm impressed, honestly.
Thanks.
Yeah. You even made a story.
Mm-hmm. About the plane and the helicopter.
Yeah.
Everyone's wondering what happened with that story, right? they all crashed into a hot air balloon.
Oh,
Got kind of a sad ending.
that is a sad ending. What was the hot air?
The hot air balloon was thought he could get up higher than the plane before the plane got there. The helicopter tried to zoom in to save him in the last second. They all three collided.
Wow.
But everyone survived.
I'm glad to hear that.
Through the ceiling of and onto the contents of a marshmallow factory. So
I wanted to say that Eric helped me pick out this pipe. I'm so glad. I love it so much. I am the worst at picking pipes out. The last pipe that I picked out, it was Lefty. I was like, girl, what are you doing?
This pipe, I want to say, first of all, that Rachel asked me to sort of direct her towards which pipes would be good. And I thought, these ones seem like a good pipe for the price, right? What makes this a good pipe? Well, it's a good, what is this, 9 inches long, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And as a consequence, it's long enough that you don't have the fire too close to your face.
True.
So you don't want fire too close to your face, right? That's one thing. Second, the carb is ergonomically put right here, so it's easy to carb it. And note, it's far enough away from the bowl that you're not going to burn your finger, right?
I do that too.
So, third, it's got good place here to hold, but that's not what I thought these things for eventually. At first, that was got little feet on it, so it stands up nicely, which is good.
Mm-hmm.
I will try to answer that question.
I don't know, but they say that
Drug King?
What's the
King of drugs?
The emoji that I use the most currently is, let's see, the purple heart. I guess I've been feeling pretty
wounded,
compassionate. Yeah, wounded.
Wounded in battle.
Yeah, Memorial Day, had me in that mood.
So I'm glad you like this pipe, Rachel. It's nice.
Yeah, I love it.
It's heavy. It feels like it's fairly sturdy. That you can drop it. It's not going to
really
break.
Helps me.
And
it's easy. It's going to be easy breezy for me to clean. I love that. It's just going to be poking in and out of it.
Yeah, no unnecessary complications.
It's a clean first hit too, which is really nice. I have to get used to learning. I always do that.
Let's try to save your battery by
Thanks.
turning it off. Can you turn it off? I don't
sure.
know
it's on the opposite side of yours.
Ideal romantic partner, change every letter of your type except the second. So it would be INFJ. I agree. You need to prove yourself. You get to prove yourself. Who am I proving myself to, Cloud? I already proved myself to your mom's face. Ooh, burn.
This queen. Oh my goodness.
Rachel, can you solve this NI question? What does the sequence of emojis at the beginning of this message mean?
Pill queen? I don't know. Let me rephrase it, Rachel. Queen, King, Pin? I don't know. King Pill?
Crown of pill? Crown of capsule? Capsule crown? Crown capsule? Tiara.
Something crazy? King.
Think outside the box.
Lord.
Oh. Robot something. The first guy kind of looks like a robot. The crown.
Oh.
See, like a big blue-nosed robot?
Yeah.
What's the other part linked to robot?
Dick.
Robotics?
Oh
Is the
my
answer
God,
robotics?
Did I just...
Is the answer robotics? Oh. That's too much outside the box. Okay. It's coronavirus cure. Where? Oh, because corona is right. Okay, corona is like means crown.
Oh,
other language.
crown medicine. So coronavirus. Oh, medicine for the virus.
I like my answer better.
Mine, I was just pulling out of air.
Robotics, though.
Yeah, we at least got that. Yeah.
It's like, okay, if the thing was, what weirdly intuitive link can you make to a single word out of the box? Okay, well, I think that your way of pictographing us to the word robotics.
Yeah. I think you would.
You like pharmacist as an answer. I like pharmacist as an answer too, Curious Kyra. That's good extra.
Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, Lord Pharmacist.
Not that far out of the box, damn it. I love that. Think outside the box. Not that far outside the box. That's a fun puzzle, though. Those kind of things are fun puzzles. We should try to play that game, like
emoji talk.
Emoji word, like
I love that game.
We put together some pictures that make one word.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to just make one word.
Okay.
So if somebody else we'll try to guess it. And I don't want to be the one who comes up with
it. What if I is that? What if my face was that?
What, this one?
Yeah.
Oh, this is my lip itches.
Ah.
But I didn't want to scratch with my finger. Because it wasn't that itchy, so I just.
It looked like you were like a little kid, like pouting, like.
No, that's self-scratching lip.
Ow. Now I know.
When you're really advanced in having a mustache or a beard, you train your face to be self-scratching. Do you love me?
Like all of a sudden.
Do you love me?
I love you.
I love you too.
I love you so
I love you with my emotion. But don't spill your coffee on me.
I won't, I promise.
James, we don't use that language to describe people. Unless we're talking like their moral core. She is an angel. Oh my goodness. What a wonderful and precious angelic wonder.
Oh, you're so Lovington Phillips, and you make my FI come out of my pores.
Oh, the wonderful feelings of loves. This is FI face, double FI face right here.
I've been with this man all day, and this is the first time that I'm doing this.
Juicy. Juicy, squeezy, squishy.
Thank you, baby. You are too.
Thanks, darling. Okay. So there's an expression that my friend Corey came up with a long time ago that I use still periodically, which is if something's really, really like splashy, the correct expression for it is, "Oh my God, that's Lucifer Fantastico."
Why?
Well, because it's like you can imagine there at some point being a a character like Marilyn Manson, right? But his name is Lucifer Fantastico.
That's so funny.
And his whole thing is he's like, you know, he's like that devil in South Park putting on that party where everything he has to have a Ferrari cake.
yeah. That was such a funny episode.
Yeah, that was a good one. And Biggie Smalls keeps getting trying to get to the party, but keeps getting summoned by children.
Yeah, that's right. Such a good episode.
It was
Oh
a
my
good one.
god, I like anything with the devil in it. Really.
Anyway,
Saddam
so
Hussein.
Lucifer Fantastico is like a hip hop singer or something, but he unironically has that kind of quality to him. Like, no, I've got to have the best party, you know.
Like Marilyn Manson.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just sort of there's a crossover. He's like the Marilyn Manson of hip hop, Lucifer
He
Fantastico.
is.
I think he might be in an ongoing beef with Grindy Peps.
Grindy Peps. What has he been up to?
Grindy Peps. What has Grindy Peps been up to? Grindy Peps, of course, is the hip hop superstar known for wearing a pepper grinder around his neck and in time with the beats and stuff, you know?
Yeah, because so all those salads need that pepper.
Right. There's his incredibly great video of him rapping, and as he's rapping, these like scantily dressed women are like doing figure eights around him, and he's grinding pepper on each of their salads perfectly without even looking. Anyway, he's got beef, I think. Granny Peps has beef with that other guy I was just talking about. What was the other guy I was just talking about? I don't remember. I don't remember shit.
I know. I wish I did. There were so many good ones. The gang. You want some more?
Cloud, you will always be subject, never royalty. That's why you don't understand the block button. Oh, Countess. Oh, hush you. You hush. Does the society tend to devalue girls who are thinkers? Society doesn't do shit. Some people don't like smart chicks because they're dumb dudes. I don't have any problem with smart chicks.
I'm average.
I mean, you're smarter, or definitely smarter than previous chicks I've been with.
Thank you.
Maybe I mean, you know, it's like, I don't think that means that chicks in general aren't smart. It's just that people in general aren't very smart.
No, this is true. This is my fundamental. When I get catastrophized, like when I'm really catastrophizing, that's where my like gripe lays.
Filings.
It's not a good place to be. Being smart is not a compliment in the FI world. Yeah, I don't know.
Yes, Bait Cat is
Because
Countess.
But I think you can be FI smart. There's growth there, you know. You learn through your feelings.
16 Playlist asked an incredibly good question. If all ducks are schmucks and some schmucks are mucks and all mucks like fucks and no fucks say shucks, what can we conclude about ducks? Excellent question.
Yes.
So, let me see if I can figure out the answer.
Yeah.
If all ducks are schmucks and some schmucks are mucks and all mucks like fucks, therefore, some schmucks like fucks. And none of those who like fucks say shucks, then we can't conclude anything about ducks except that all of them are schmucks, but that the schmucks who are ducks might not be the same schmucks who are mucks. And if they aren't the same schmucks who are mucks, then it is the case that even if all mucks do like fucks, and that none of those who like fucks say shucks, well, it would allow us to conclude almost nothing about the ducks.
That ducks like to fuck.
Yes, that's what we can conclude. The ducks, like every other species of creature, like to fuck.
I'm not like that's like the only thing that I can come up with, honestly.
Okay.
Okay,
Cloud.
let's
Okay. Let's just all take
quack,
it down a
quack.
notch.
That's what we can conclude as well. I think that's probably the answer. Quack, quack.
I think so too.
So I'm gonna look up to see how much frontline is for Kitty.
Oh yeah, right.
Bad.
We need front line.
Yeah, she's
getting itchy.
it's between the toes.
You didn't mean for that question to allow us to conclude nothing. Then the duck is a kleptomaniac? Possibly.
Oh.
Possibly the duck steals things. Who's that?
Some chick.
Who's that lady? Who's that lady?
She reminded me. This is like a taxi stand. This is where you stand in the city taxis, and it reminded of myself because one time I like sat on there.
Cool.
Thanks.
You think we should all meet up together one day in real life? I think we should too.
We've talked about this.
It would be a lot less drama-ish, actually, in general. I think people tend to be nicer in person, less prone to conflict in person than they are remotely. For cats, though, make sure you get it for cats, not for dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
For cats. We include some ducks like things who don't like shucks. Huh.
All right. Kills fleas attention.
That's about how much it is.
Treatments. Okay.
Yeah.
It's bad.
It's the thing to get.
We got you, girl.
We're gonna get you some flea destroying medicines.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
people are nicer in person.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm a lot less likely to scream at you in person. Although it's not impossible.
I can see it. The night might go that way.
The thing is, I don't drink anymore, right? So drinking makes a person have a greater degree of volatility than not drinking. I'm somewhat restrained in how crazy I can get by the fact that I'm in a stable, happy relationship. So I'm not being FI assaulted, which will make me crazy. And so I'm not going to go get drunk. So I'm not going to get SE crazy either. So.
Okay. So I actually am curious about that. Do you mind if I ask you?
No.
What would you say others would say you were like when you were drunk? Or actually from both perspectives?
Actually, it's not. I said SE crazy there. What I should have said is FE crazy, which is not caring about FE anymore. Not being totally unnuanced in my FE, like being too big of a personality, being argumentative, being loud, being pedantic.
On purpose?
Well, it depends. If I were feeling my insecurity and feeling this burn, I'd be sort of going about being nasty. It depends. I was never an awful drunk, but if like the wife and I weren't getting along or something, there'd be some ugly fights. uglier.
That's real.
Yeah, I have to say, substantially uglier than you and I ever get, but not as ugly as it got with Kimberly. Kimberly was the ugliest fights I've ever had with anybody.
They just seemed normal.
Well, the things that you didn't see when she was dug her heels into like refusing to work with me at all, and it worked me up into a bit of a lather. And I'd say like, will you agree the sky is blue? And she'd just be like, no, and I'd just be like, or she'd say some bullshit, and I'd be like, liar, just screaming. It was awful. I had never been like that before. I told her early on in the relationship, I said, Kimberly, listen, in the history of my life, nobody has ever made me half as angry as you make me. Early on, I said it. Like, nobody has ever made me as mad as you successfully make me. You need to stop doing this. And, of course, that's the problem with FI Polar. Eric, no, she doesn't need to stop doing this. You need to leave.
Yeah.
Right?
But, I mean...
Because she was saying to me with FI one thing, but if asked directly questions like, well, do you want to be with me? Yes, I want to be with you.
Right.
So my FI Polar is just like, cannot compute.
It's right. Yeah, yes, exactly. It's two things.
But she said she wants to be with me.
Uh-huh. It really is like that. That's tough.
Yeah, that's the only relationship in which I like broke shit during fights, Like hit stuff with a broom and shit, It's like I've never been a person who did that prior. I certainly haven't done it ever since. Rachel and I, our fights never get that bad. Oh my God,
no, this.
They don't get anything close to that.
Me cry and bratty. I get bitchy.
These days it gets bad when I finally get frustrated and boil over and yell at you. It's like that, and the yelling doesn't last very long.
No. I'm no saint.
Of course, right now though, Rachel, the thing to remember is you are so clearly like cured, this is Rachel.
It's always been like that, yeah.
It's
decreased over the years, And
when you're not cured, then you're varying degrees of something. But the nice thing is, when you are cured, you're not any degrees of anything. You're just Rachel, It's quite...
it just takes the right medication.
I know, I want to Luminello that doctor. I just tell him, hey, A++ great eBayer.
Yeah, it really is like life-changing. Can I say, like, I love Prozac. Like, I fucking feel it.
It's relationship changing. It's like all of a sudden this went from a challenging thing that was worth it to jackpot,
Yeah.
That's how it feels when you and I are getting along fine. Is okay, this is what a relationship is supposed to be like. It's easy, it's pleasant.
It gets me to sleep too. Like, I'm getting sleep, plus like it's the right medication.
Hey, there's Octavia Silva. I know.
Hey!
Right now, Octavia Silva, what I'm going to do, I'm going to start working on a picture for you. Okay? I'm going to be working on a picture for Octavia Silva.
Okay.
Rachel, would you like to draw one for Octavia Silva too?
Yeah.
All I've got is the back of these. Maybe we could draw.
Okay.
And then I'll bring this little table over here. Okay.
Okay.
I think I'm going to draw a picture of Octavia Silva being blessed by Pee-Pee.
Okay.
I actually have a vision for a picture.
Ooh, I like that.
That's unusual for me. Usually I have no idea what I'm going to draw when I start to draw. Okay, so what we need now is pencils and pens and stuff. I should have gotten those when I was over here last time.
It's okay.
And I'm going to turn on some more lights.
Perfect. My drawing skills are very juvenile. Just
I mean, the picture of yourself, the self-portrait of her is quite good.
Thanks.
That does not look very. I don't know what
You're right. If I spend time on my art, I actually really can do very well. But I like to just free flow it more than that because that's got to be part of my TE.
Okay, Rachel, let me tell you. Okay.
Ooh.
Tonight, you guys are all getting a special visit from me, Raul Diego. And I'm going to tell you today how to paint with ideas. Okay, today I'm going to be painting with pens. Rule number one, Octavio Silva, because you got this wrong. And remember, I am a genius. I don't look at what you look like to know what you look like, okay? I paint with my ideas. My ideas. I'm intuitive. Okay, so we're going to start here. This painting, I'm going to draw the picture of the Octavio Silva sitting here. She is actually a girl. I don't know if you know that. I know that. Why? Intuition. Intuition is why. Okay? So here's Octavio Silva being a girl, even though her name is Octavio. You can tell she's a girl. How? She has the big eyelashes. The big eyelashes mean you're a girl. She's got the lipstick on. I'm going to put the lipstick on. This is how you can know that Octavio Silva is a girl.
How do you know that?
Because she has a lipstick on her lips. Okay, so far so good. Here we go. They're burning downtown LA. I already explained this. Listen, I'm gonna explain this really quickly again. There's nothing to protest. You protest when they don't do anything, right? So let's say the cops killed that guy, and they don't fire the cops, and they don't arrest anybody, and they don't charge anybody with murder. That's when you protest. There's nothing to protest. Duh. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. Anyway, Octavio Silva is sitting here, and she has a very square shoulders.
She's got shoulder pads.
She's got the very square shoulders.
But you know what that means? More power, right? It always means more power.
Okay, there I am drawing the Octavio Silva, as you can see.
Raul.
Oh, Raul, your picture of Octavio Silva is so lifelike.
Where did you... Were you born with your talent, or did you gain some of your skills?
My talent is all God-given. It's intuition. When I was born, when I was born, they said, "Ma'am, you have a genius. Good news, congratulations, ma'am. It's a genius." They didn't even tell her whether it was a boy or a girl.
Wow.
Okay, now I got to put the second part of the picture in. As I indicated, Capillo will be blessing Octavio Silva with her little paw in very adorable fashion.
How can that be?
How can what be?
Nothing. I know where the rest of the markers are. I'm like, how could that be? I thought we had more markers. But they're in the back.
Rachel, are you painting with your ideas? I hope you're not painting with your eyes. That's what sensors do.
So sensors, you can tell a sensor apart from.
Oh, see. They don't
using
know
their
how to
eyes
paint
to-
with their ideas. That's how you can tell them apart.
Oh.
They think they can only paint with their fingers and their eyes. I don't use either my fingers or my eyes. I paint with my ideas.
I think that's the main thing that I'm starting to see by working with you, Raul. Is that the ideas are the main part of the art.
Yeah, you're a good student. You've been a very good art student for Raul Diego.
Well, thank you, Raul Diego. It's an honor.
Well, your application was very strong with your history at graduating top of your class at the Presley Williams Institute for Large-Breasted Girls.
Oh, you heard about that?
Oh, see.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Congratulations.
I like to brag.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, 16 playlist. Octavio Silva won this picture as a prize in a contest.
Yep.
Okay.
With the belt. I'm glad she's a girl. It's a nice belt.
I guess your shirt only goes down to here.
She looked promiscuous. You say that? These are some ideas, people. Let me tell you.
Okay. Octavio Silva is looking more and more realistic by the moment because I'm using more and more of my ideas to make her realistic looking. When you see this picture, you're going to say, is that a photograph of Raul Diego? I'm going to say, no, it is my genius.
What if people ask you what your genius is?
It's my intuition. I say to them, Mr. Gallery owner, the paintings you have up on your wall are garbage. You need to replace them with Raul Diego. And they say, I can't see that because I'm a dumb censor. That's what they tell me.
Do they tell you?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what it means. Well, they don't say those words, but that's what they mean. Okay? That's what they mean.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh at what you were saying.
Yeah, well, censors everywhere you
I
look.
know you are right, Raul. You are right. That's why I'm honored to be having this interview with you right now. I feel like I know more about intuition and art than I ever.
Well, you recognize genius when you see it. You know you're sitting next to a genius. You can tell. Look at my painting. I painted it with my ideas. So normally, what the thing is, Octavio Silva, she's getting a $40,000 prize.
$40,000.
Well, that's how much this picture is worth. It's a pretty big prize. You have to report that up to the IRS, Octavio Silva, and pay taxes on the $40,000 prize. Okay, don't forget to do that. I'm going to be telling the IRS about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to write a price on it so you know.
Sensory of you. Raul Diego. I won't say any. I won't tell anyone. It's a good thing that you do your taxes.
Yeah, I take taxes very seriously.
You want people to buy your art, and you know that.
Okay, now.
Is that a dead flea? That's that. Oh no,
That's just a thing.
It's just ours. Our weed.
Okay, now it's time to put the cat in the picture. Here's how we are so far. This is Octavio Silva. She's very, very risque. She has no shirt covering her bosoms. Okay.
That's the largest shirt you can find.
That's the biggest shirt she can find. That's the best she could do. Raul Diego is an intuitive. Okay, he's very intuitive, all combined. Okay, now Let's see. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, you're just my type. Oh, you got a pulse and you won't breathing. I wanted you to know this
Mhm.
morning I woke up and COVID-19 song was in my head.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Now, I think you guys are gonna really be impressed by this. Let me tell you, this is one of Raul Diego's best paintings. When you see it, I stopped in. Raul Diego went out to smoke a cigarette. I came by just to see what was going on in here. I'm always afraid he's gonna try to get on my woman, but he's flirty like that. That Raul Diego.
No, he did nothing.
I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad he contained himself. He's pretty egocentric, Mostly he's concerned about himself. It seems like.
Well, actually, he was kind of concerned about his taxes.
Okay, this is really. I'm really impressed with what Raul's got going here. He's really painting with his ideas tonight. Okay, I'm back. You can go away now.
So, Raul Diego, I'm taking your tips and I'm listening to you as you're going. And I would not consider myself. I'm a creative, but I would not say that I'm an artist.
You are an intuitive.
Okay.
An intuitive, so you have the potential to become almost like a genius like me.
Oh wow! So does anyone have the potential to become a genius?
Not censors.
No, not censors.
No, censors are not smart. They don't have any. They can't tell a genius painting like mine from a garbage censor painting like that guy who paints those little cabins in the woods with the smoke coming out of it. Those are terrible. Kincaid. I went into the gallery. I said, Mr. Gallery owner, you take down your Thomas Kincaid paintings. You put up Raul Diego. I'm a genius. Thomas Kincaid is a stupid censor.
And what did he
didn't. He called security.
He called security. I'm sorry. That sounded like he didn't take your art seriously.
He was a stupid censor. That's why. They don't know anything. They can always tell a censor because they don't like my art.
Well, they do have different function stacks, so they do see the world in a different way. So, what would you say?
The average censor, their dominant function is extroverted stupid.
That's very smart of you. I can see the genius.
Mm-hmm. I'm a genius.
Born that way.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the room. Sandy's back. Yay! Okay. Yes, we've been doing art for Octavio Silva for winning a prize.
We'll see.
But we are blessed to have Raul Diego, the intuitive artist, not the censor.
I am an intuitive and I paint with my ideas. That's what's wrong with the censors. They don't have any idea to paint with. Unlike me.
Hi, Pee-Pee.
Oh, oh sí, oh sí. Este es un pintura inizo. Este es Octavio Silva
Oh, Kitty.
con
You
capillo
know, Daddy speaks
y
Spanish. You
capillo
love it.
es.
Oh,
Yes.
Raul Diego is with us tonight. Yes, I know. But she's not like you because you're a kitty pageant winner.
Oh sí. Yeah. Let me finish it like this. Raúl Diego. Y el price tag. Sí. Ay, it's done. This prize is worth $40,000. Octavio Silva, you really came up.
I want mine to be a surprise.
Okay, Rachel's will be a surprise. I might draw you another picture later. Who knows? So you can have a surprise from me too. Who knows? But
Okay, yeah, there's a third piece of
there's
paper
a third
here.
piece of paper there, yeah. But this is a picture of Octavio Silva being blessed by my cat.
That is a great picture of Pee-Pee.
Mm-hmm. Thanks. Looks just like her.
It does. You can tell by the nose. You can tell by the ideas.
You can tell by the idea.
Yes, I see all the ideas. The idea was to put the cat behind Octavio and have her be blessed. That was the idea.
Now, no, I will agree. The cat and the human are not to scale. That's true. It's a fair critique.
Oh, Eric, you're so funny.
Thanks, darling. Oh, you know what that means. I think
You
she
took the signal.
I think she might be DTO. Okay, I'm about ready to wrap it up. Maybe watch a movie before
Oh, thank you, baby.
before bread. That'd be good.
Yeah, that sounds nice.
All right, goodbye, everybody. Don't forget to eat plenty of
Yes,
cheese. Thanks
good
for being
night.
here.
Thanks for being here. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.
You're welcome.